Good afternoon. It's Robert and Julia Miller with the J. PATEL Group and Rethink Real Estate with another exciting real estate update.
Happy Friday.
We just talked about this. What episode is it?
Episode 28.
Cool. We're on our way to 100. Okay, as always, we will start with a joke. You want to go first this time? I think I went first last time.
Sure. My doctor told me I should start my exercise program slowly.
Okay, that's usually good advice. I hear that and read that a lot.
So I drove by a store that sold sweatpants.
That's a really slow start.
Slowly.
I think you can pick it up a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Okay, yeah, I do. I hate when people say, act like an adult. Have you seen adults lately? That is horrible advice.
Horrible advice. For sure.
Oh my gosh.
Good one, I like it.
Yeah. Okay, let's look at some This Week in History, shall we?
All right, what do you got?
This is close to my heart. 1974, on April 8th, Hank Aaron breaks Babe Ruth's record of 714 career home runs. And I stand firm that that is still the home run record. 756.
Natural hitters.
Yeah. No steroids.
No steroids.
And the single season is still Roger Maris at 61 in 1961. And I will debate anybody that wants to.
And Maris earned that 61. Oh my goodness.
Wants to talk about the steroid era and all of that should count and all that rubbish. I cannot buy that.
Yep, I agree.
Okay, moving on off the soapbox. 1968, Martin Luther King Jr. is assassinated April 4th in Memphis, Tennessee.
Such a tragedy.
We've been kind of following every week, you know, the marches, Montgomery, and, you know, and then he got assassinated in Memphis, you know. Sad day. 1940, on April 7th, Booker T. Washington is the first black man featured on a U.S. stamp.
1940. All right, nice.
Must have cost 4 cents?
I was going to say 5, yeah.
Yeah, I think probably less than 5.
Right around there, yeah.
If anybody knows that and wants to throw that in, let us know. 1933 in the U.S., alcohol prohibition ended April 7th after 12 years.
All right.
Yes.
I'll drink to that.
Oh.
That's a nice rosé, isn't it?
Is that Kirkland's?
It is Kirkland.
Kirkland's. It's just amazing. It's a secret. They have amazing wine buyers. If you want some really
they have a great
delicious, affordable wines.
Yep.
Costco, Kirkland.
Don't be afraid to try the Costco brand, the Kirkland brand.
1865, Confederates surrender on April 9th at Appomattox.
Appomattox.
Phonetically figure out how to say that.
Virginia.
Appomattox, Virginia. Ends the U.S. Civil War.
And our daughter lives out in Virginia, and it's such a fun place to kind of drive through.
You love history.
And see
oh boy,
that.
Virginia
flags
is
here and
where
there.
to go. Yeah. Put it on your bucket list.
It's really neat. Yeah.
1849, on April 10th, Walter Hunt patents the safety pin. That guy's a billionaire. The guy who did the Barrette is a billionaire.
I got one. I talked to you about it earlier, and I think I can do it. I think I can make it fly. I'll save it for another day.
Yeah, you should save that one for another day. 1841, on April 4th, William Harrison dies in office after 1 month as U.S. president. Do you know who took his place?
No.
John Tyler.
John Tyler.
And
it's been a while since I memorized my American presidents.
John Tyler.
John Tyler.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is crazy. He had children very late in his life.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so he was like 70 or something, and he was having kids.
Yeah. Okay.
Those children were also well into their late 50s
When they started having children?
And when they had some children.
When they had some children.
Okay. And actually, Tyler was the same way. It was his second wife. I think second wife. And so it was very late.
Wow,
in the 70s, he's having kids. And then his sons had, or a son had a child, I think in their 60s or something. Those two sons are 91 and 92 years old and alive. Yeah, John Tyler's grandchildren are alive right now. Can you believe that?
150, 60 years.
Yeah. Now I haven't checked on that in a year. So 90, 91, they may have succumbed. But last time I read about it, it was
rest in peace. The Prince of Wales of Edinburgh, I believe.
Right.
Is his title.
99. Yes, he passed away yesterday. Yep. Okay, finally, 1513 on April 4th, explorer, and you say it because it's so adorable when you say it.
Juan Ponce de Leon.
Ponce de Leon.
Ponce de Leon.
That's just
he
adorable.
frees Florida.
Claims Florida for Spain.
For Spain. Oh, wait a minute. Then that wouldn't be
Yeah, he didn't free it.
He
claimed it for Spain, and then... How did we get it back? I don't know. Spanish-American War, I guess?
I don't know my Florida history very much.
It's got to be Spanish-American War.
I know Florida just launched a pretty good fight this week.
Oh, and yeah. Sued the CDC.
I'm interested to see what comes out of that.
They are getting sick and tired of the cruising.
The tourism. I mean, their tourism is shot, and it's been shot for well over a year now.
Everybody was so excited because they were going to announce new... criteria protocol for getting cruising back on. And here's what they said. They said, and you know, you've all been on a jetway.
Right, the jetways.
They get used like every 30 minutes.
The airplanes, yeah.
300 people get on an airplane every 30 minutes through one of these jetways.
And they're touching the side rails, coughing in the jetways.
I don't know if you've ever been on a cruise, but they have a port ramp type of thing. It's
They're
about
all a little different, but
it's about 4 times as wide.
4 times as wide and long.
The CDC's recommendation is that once they're used, they should not be used for another 12 hours.
12 hours. So is that like 10 in the morning, 10 at night? I mean, are we going to be disembarking from a cruise ship at 10 at night? I mean,
well, the problem is once we're disembarked, now they can't re-embark until that night.
Right.
So you're going to lose a day.
So yeah, re-embarking, yeah.
Yeah, or they figure out some way to load from the back end and unload from the front.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous.
The CDC is picking on the cruise industry.
So Florida governor's had enough, and he sued the CDC today. So that'll be interesting to see how that comes in. Okay.
Okay. Enough of the soapboxes. Sorry. We're a little tired this week.
Only had a sip.
I know.
That's all I've had all day long.
We're a little tired, I think. It's been a long week.
All right, we're going to talk about anything else?
Oh, yeah. Economic news.
Okay, economic news. American
stuff.
home ownership. Americans' views on home ownership have not changed despite recent adverse events. Been an incredibly crazy year with all the COVID and everything going on. The economy and real estate has just been on fire. 75% of consumers believe homes are a safe investment. And 73% felt that investing in a home has a lot of potential compared to stocks.
A good investment. Oh, I know.
Stocks at 63%. That's kind of...
That is
interesting. A lot of people have all their retirement in stocks and mutual funds and all that. And we always believe that you can't go wrong investing in real estate. That's
right. Obviously, that's what we do.
That's the safest.
Diversifying your portfolio is always good as well. So don't put all of your eggs in one basket. You know.
Yeah. Well, the appreciation rate is so high right now. I mean, you're not going to find that in any kind of interest-earning account, even the stock market. So
crazy.
Okay, March jobs boom. Job growth boomed in March, buoyed by consumer confidence amid an aggressive coronavirus vaccination effort. Non-farm payrolls increased by 916,000. Unemployment rate fell to 6%. And I think the vaccination rate now We are well over 30% in Arizona, and like 76 or 78% of folks 65 or older, the most vulnerable, are all vaccinated, and so it is moving along.
That is good.
April 25th, you and your mom get your second dose.
Yeah, second booster or whatever they call it.
Treasury's edge higher, so this is something we want to keep an eye on. I don't think it's going to have adverse effect on interest rates anytime in the near future, but it's still something we need to keep an eye on and watch. U.S. Treasury yields are slightly higher Monday morning following last week's March jobs report. Besides the strong job numbers, investors are digesting President Joe Biden's planned $2 trillion infrastructure bill, and we'll get into that just a minute. Okay, housing news. Records abound. Broken record.
Broken record.
Homes sold at the fastest pace ever recorded in March, with 59% under contract within 2 weeks.
Wow.
The median home sale price topped $335,000, an all-time high.
Okay.
Talked about that last week.
Well, we were at $331 last week. Now $335.
No, this is national. Remember, we were talking. We were talking the stat report for Maricopa, the Valley. So for some reason, we're it kind of parallels. They go pretty much.
Yeah, very, very close.
Okay, and 41% of homes sold for more than their list price, another record. We talked about for the first time ever, the sales price was 100.1% of the list price. That's never ever happened before.
Yeah.
However, active listings fell 42% from the same period in 2020. We've went over this over and over.
We don't have inventory,
this is from Redfin. Give Redfin credit for this report. And they, we're almost half the inventory of what we had last year. So
I think it's 43%, which
we're kind of parallel, but we're even a little bit worse. Yeah.
So.
Okay, residential construction. We've touched on this before recently too. The year-over-year residential construction rate rose by 21.1%. That's great news.
Good. They're building.
The problem is they're still only at about 18% of total sales for the entire year, and decade after decade we were 30% plus new construction every year for all homes sold. So still have a long way to go to get anywhere close to where it used to be, and we desperately need that source of homes for all the people coming into Arizona.
We do.
Okay, regulatory news, and I know a lot of people are, we're going to have 1 million foreclosures, because once that protection drops, that's not going to be the case for a number of reasons.
There will be some. There will be some.
There will be some, but it'll get gobbled up because we need inventory so bad.
Well, and we have so much equity.
So much equity. It's not like everybody is upside down.
No, you're not short selling. You're putting your home on the market and you're paying us.
Don't come to us asking to short sell when you've got $150,000 in equity. Go sell your home.
In equity, and you can sell for that. Then you pay us the $20,000 that you owe us, and you pay.
And walk away with the rest of the equity.
You don't. You don't go. You don't do cash for keys anymore.
Another report at a future time. We'll go over that in more detail, because that could be an entire discussion.
Yeah, I mean, we could talk about what happened then and why it won't happen now, and definitely a special report.
Multiple reasons, and here is one of them. And a piece of this is how much oversight happened during the financial crash. And again, this is a long, detailed conversation that we can have at another time. The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau last week warned mortgage servicers to be proactive to mitigate post-COVID foreclosures. Millions will need help, and CFPB will closely monitor how servicers engage with borrowers. So they're going to be overseeing how this is handled and how much support people that need help are given. So
this organization was birthed out of that.
To make sure we don't repeat history and it never happens again.
So again, they are going to be the ones heading up that mitigation to make sure that servicers work with mortgagees to fulfill, to work with them to get the home sold, or give them options anyway.
Right.
Instead of foreclose.
And hold the mortgage service provider to hold their feet to the fire on doing everything to help them.
Properly, yeah.
Okay, so FHA, Single Family Mutual Mortgage Insurance Fund is stable with no plans to change premium pricing. So FHA has monitored mortgage performance trends within its portfolio and is committed to an equitable recovery for struggling homeowners. So again, another piece of that. Just a side note, always remember, if you have an FHA loan, they are not going to come to you. You're paying private mortgage insurance, which is not insurance for you. That's insurance for your mortgage provider. So don't get confused that you think, oh, I'm covered. I'm paying private mortgage insurance. If I ever can't pay my bill, I've got insurance. That's not what that means.
Yeah, a lot of mortgage providers are contacting, they were anyway, to do refinances. They were contacting.
Yeah, I mean, they want to keep your loan, so they will convert you to a conventional loan, and you'll drop about $200 right off the bat in mortgage insurance premium. So just be aware of that. Okay, regulatory news. We went over that. FHA infrastructure bill. I told you, President Joe Biden introduced a $2 trillion infrastructure plan last week, including funds for roads, bridges, broadband, and elderly care.
Oh, okay.
Paid for in part with higher corporate taxes.
Yes.
Republicans are not fond of that package. It's too broad, but Democrats pledge to move forward unilaterally without prompt bipartisan support. So that will definitely be something to watch. That could affect you. So talk to your accountant. We're not accountants.
Yeah, talk to your accountant, for sure.
Okay, you wanted to cover, you have a little bit of news for us for North Point.
Yeah, sure do.
North Point at Estancia. They're going to be opening pretty soon.
They have 3 builders, and we've talked about this a little bit before. Richmond American, Pulte, and David Weekley Homes. So Richmond American is saying we're going to be ready to open 2 models later this month, being the month of April, at Pinnacle at North Point. They have 112 lots, and they will offer 4 different floor plans ranging from 1790 square feet to 2630 square feet.
It's a little bit smaller product.
Yep.
Single family, multi?
Hopefully.
Do we know that?
Oh, it's all single family.
All single family? I meant level. 2-story, 1-story?
Well, there's a mixture. Richmond American is both single and double.
Okay.
Moving on to Pulte. Pulte has 2 different series of floor plans because they have 2 different neighborhoods. One is the Altitude. No, I'm sorry. This isn't the 2 different neighborhoods. One neighborhood, 2 different series. So Altitude is the name of the neighborhood. Cactus series, and they have 4 different floor plans, ranging from 1841 square feet to 2249 square feet.
Fairly small product.
And then there's a Canyon series, and they've got 5 floor plans, which is 2263 square feet.
So that's their large layout plan.
And 2569 square feet, so that's good. They're doing some pre-sales, and they're doing that out at the Meadows over by Walmart.
And they're what, May?
They anticipate having models open, in May.
Okay, so 2 series, small product Altitude, large product Canyon. Okay.
Moving on to David Weekley, which the last time we kind of did an update, I didn't really have much information on David Weekley. And I don't as far as their lottery information and how they're going to be running their sales and lot releases. But what I do have is that they have 2 series as well, Ascent and Summit. It's 2 different neighborhoods they're going to be doing. And the Ascent, they have 7 different floor plans, single and 2-story floor plans.
Really?
For that.
Okay. David Weekley tends to be single story, so although they do a basement home too. Do they talk about basement home at all? Okay.
No. I don't think they'll do basement being up in the hills.
You don't think so?
I don't think so.
Okay,
but
we'll find out.
It doesn't mention it, so
they're kind of famous for the basement.
And those at the Ascent are 2,000 square foot or 2,060 to 3,033 square feet. So and David Weekley does that. They get into the larger homes. The next set or the next neighborhood is Summit at North Point by David Weekley. They'll have 6 floor plans. And that's 2497 square feet to 3296 square feet. So
okay,
quite a bit bigger there.
Yeah, big product, and I'll bet they'll be pretty proud of it.
Yeah.
Anxious to see what the pricing's going to be.
Yeah.
And what the lot premiums are going to be.
We'll see.
Yep.
The lots, they've got dimensions here, and I didn't do the square footage math, but they don't look huge. I thought they were going to be bigger lots. They're not huge, surprisingly.
Right.
Pre-sales for David Weekley is taking place in their sales trailer out at the Ascent neighborhood, already in North Point.
Oh, really?
From what this says, yeah.
So you can drive out there?
Oh, they won't have actual models, though, until late May.
Right, but you can at least get information and materials. So we'll have to make a drive out there. We'll let you know on future reports how that goes.
This gives us a little bit of information on their community. Future North Point at Vistancia residents will have access to unique elevated desert living experience and amenities, 10-acre amenity site called the Sovita Club.
Yeah.
Resort-style pool, multi-use turf, basketball courts, walking and hiking trails.
Yeah, I saw a conceptual of it. It looked pretty cool, and then I saw a drone flyover of the area, you know, where they've got it all graded and everything, and yeah, it looks pretty cool.
So that's your North Point
update.
Okay,
well, thank you for that. Rates this week: 30-year 3.283, 15-year 2.582, and VA 2.893. Inventory valley-wide actually ticked up a little bit, 4,776. Peoria 129.
Oh.
Surprise 140.
All right.
All right, Vistancia Village, we have 10 homes. We do have a couple of the cluster homes, so we do have some product under 400,000. Nice. Range is 326,500 up to 821,000.
Okay.
Cortabella hanging in there. 2 homes.
2 homes.
They have one really small home at 329,900.
Wow.
And then the other one 484,500. That one's been on there for a while. I think for a couple weeks now on that one. Okay. Sun City Grand 25, still pretty low on that one. 169,000. They do have 3, I think, of the condos. So they actually have 3 homes under $200,000.
Yeah.
And their high is $730,000. Sun City West, slowly becoming one of your favorite communities. They have 44 homes, ranging in price $174,900 up to $695,000. Finally, Trilogy, 11 homes going into the weekend. It'll be interesting to see how many are left. 399,900 up to 739,900. And I know of a few new homes that are going to be coming on the market. So if you are looking in Trilogy and are waiting, I might have some inside information for you. So give me a call. Okay, that's our report for this week. I hope everybody has had a fantastic week. Have a great weekend. Have a blessed rest of next week. And we'll see you again.
Take your allergy meds.
Oh, yeah, wind's blowing.
Finish a glass of wine and go over?
Yeah, that felt a little long.